Hi, my name's Mandy and welcome to my YouTube channel, What Mandy Made Next. Today is Friday, the 30th of January 2025. Now, I have noticed from my channel analytics that my subscribership has grown, so welcome and thank you to all those who have subscribed to my channel and have given me a like, and most of all commented, so thank you for that. So yeah, you can catch up with me on Instagram. My handle is What Mandy Made Next, and also on Ravelry as Pickety Stitch. So today I have a couple of finishes and some wicks in progress. Let's talk about what I plan to make in January. Now, if you saw my last vlog, I just flashed a book up. I usually plan all my projects out monthly and write them down in a book. And I've noticed a lot of us do that on YouTube. You know, we have these books and we make all these lovely plans for our crafting and stitching. However, I went on to the Fat Quarter Shop website and there was a free download. And when looking through those free downloads, I found this. And it's a planner. So I've downloaded each month. And I thought, instead of just flashing a book up to you and you're trying to decipher my writing, I thought I would input all the projects onto this planner through my iPad. So the first one, as you can see, is Wednesday, and that's when I work with wool. And I'll either crochet or knit. And as you can see, this for all the Wednesdays in January, I planned to knit this pair of socks. On Thursday you may see that I've inputted the word WIPGO. I've explained about WIPGO before. That's to do with cross stitch, and as you can see I've allocated Thursdays to my WIPGO projects. You'll also notice that I've got a WIPGO weekend. Now they're usually in the second weekend of the month. And from Friday to Sunday, you can choose any WIPGO project of your choice and work on that. So if we go to Friday, you'll see I've put rose cushion. I'll talk a little bit more about that project. And on Saturday and Sunday, rose quilt. I've also got on Monday the Angels Amongst Us apron. Now, if you watch me last vlog, I was talking about starting the spring lampshade. However, the Angels Amongst Us apron took far longer to make than I anticipated. So yeah, that needs to now go to February projects, the spring lampshade. And on Tuesday, I've allocated my HRH, which means not Her Royal Highness, but my Hawks Run Hollow cross stitch. So I hope that explains all about my planner. And I'll show you an updated version in a moment, because I've marked those projects I've either finished or worked on green. So we'll see how we did in a moment. So let's talk about wool. Wednesday, and I decided I wanted to knit a pair of socks to use some wool yarn up from stash. This is the pattern I've used. It's an old Christmas pattern. It was, I think it's Winwit Mum for the West Yorkshire Spinners. And these were the candy cane socks. So if you bought the wool, if you purchased the wool, you got this pattern free. And I did knit these up as a gift. Now these are cuff down, and usually I like to knit toe up, but I want to get some more practice in knitting the cuff down sock. So this is how I've got on. Here we go, both are finished. I'll bring those up a bit closer and you can see, and those are showing true to colour. So this was a Paintbox yarn, and I think it's called Dreaming. But yeah, I was a little bit, oh, I don't know if I like the colour when I first started knitting these, but now, yeah, I really love how they've turned out. Now, I haven't used my usual sock recipe. I've used, I think, 74 stitches on these because I wanted these to be quite big. However, my partner has now seen them and he quite likes them, so I think I might give them to him. But I have knit the leg part. Usually I only go to about here. I knit these a little extra long, so it got extra warmth. I don't think I've done too bad. I did my usual mistake where with a striped yarn you get to a predominant colour, make a cut, and then you'd start knitting with that colour, say with purple. And I forgot to do that, and I started knitting with the peach and then it went into the purple. So I had to sort of gauge when knitting the second sock which whereabouts on the peach stripe to start. But I don't think I've done too bad. They seem to be matching up, the stripes do. If I put that one there, you can see. And they've both got the blue toes, which are Kitchener stitched. So yeah, finished project. So I have marked those squares green. I don't have a goal where I've got to do so many stitches. It's just working on them that day. And I do maybe 1 hour or maybe 3 hours or maybe even more. It just depends. So my next project for Thursday is the WIPGO 2025. The goal is on my WIPGO is when the number is called, I put 500 stitches into the project. So I am stitching this on a 28 count Lugani. And I think last time I spoke to you or showed you this, I had stitched all this, the little cottage and the letter there, W. But since then, since the number's been called, I have completed these words here and some flowers, and I've started the tree. The next number what was called was number 20, and that said a small pumpkin. So let me show you. This is for a small for my autumn tray. Show you the pattern. It's called Pumpkins Please, and it's by Erica Michaels. I'm stitching this on a bit of fabric I had left over from another project, and it's an 18 count vintage country. I think this might be a vintage country mocha. No, I don't think it is, but it's an 18 count anyway. So this was just some fabric I'd left over. I thought it was I know it's an 18 count, but yes, it is. It's vintage country mocha. And here is how far I've got. I'm using DMC threads from Stash, so they're not the called for. Did get a little bit confused when it come to stitching the lettering, so I've actually done mine in back stitch, which you said you could do, and I think it looks okay. And I've only got this little bit at the bottom to do. Pumpkins Please. Those are Smyrna stitches, or you can use speciality stitches, but I'm just going to use cross stitches. So once that is complete, I'll fashion that into a small. So yeah, I have got another little cross stitch pattern with pumpkins on. I think it's by Hands On Design if I remember rightly. I can't find it, so I'm going to have to scour my craft room for that. As otherwise I'm going to have to find another pattern. But yeah, that's living in this little project wallet here. So if we go back to the WIPGO board, you can see that I've marked off the small pumpkin because I put over 500 stitches in, and the All Things Grow. And like I say, 7 and 8 have now been called, and I've marked those yellow, amber really, like a traffic light. So I know I have to work on those two projects, that project twice. Right, now I did participate in the WIPGO weekend, and I've got this kit. It's a small petite by dimensions. I'll show you the picture first, and I'll keep the picture on so you can make a comparison. So all Friday, Saturday and Sunday of my WIPGO weekend, I devoted, just getting the threads out of the way, to this project. So it doesn't look an awful lot really, you know, when you think about it, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but yeah, there's quite a bit of work gone in there. So I do plan to work on this again when it's WIPGO weekend. I want to put some back stitching in and finish this little bit off here. And then I'm halfway through. Isn't it beautiful? I love the dimensions. It's just like a painting when they're done. Fantastic. So I'll just pop that away. And then we'll talk about the rose cushion. So you may recall on my last vlog I talked about this book. It's called Quilt a Gift. It's by Barrie Sue, I think it's Barrie Sue Gaudet or Gaudet. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the name, but it's called Quilt a Gift. Let me show you a picture of the cushion. So let me show you the cushion first. So I've got it upside down, so that's not good. But you may recall I talked about how the templates in the back had to be enlarged when you printed them out. Well, I've actually just sort of guesstimated. The heart has turned out a little bit bigger, but that doesn't matter. I still think it's pretty. So these fabrics here were all from Stash. And the plaid, I love the plaid. I'll bring that up a bit closer. Whenever I go into a quilt shop, I always purchase any plaid fabrics on sale, whether they're fat quarters or there's half a metre or a metre. I will always purchase because I think they're great for blenders. And the yo-yos, the little flowers, I've made, just sewn them out of scraps of fabric. I mean, this here, this one, this polka dot is actually a cotton poplin from a blouse I made. And then the leaves are green wool felt, again scraps, and then I've sewn little tendrils on with some DMC from Stash. Now the main body of the fabric is called Ruby, and it's by Bonnie Sullivan. I think it's for Maywood Studios. I have got the contrasting one here, so I'll just check. Yes, it's Ruby by Bonnie Sullivan of All Through the Night for Maywood Studio. So yeah, I did purchase these at the same time from Abercorns. So yeah, Now what I did with this cushion, it is an envelope backed, but I decided to line mine with the contrasting fabric. It's not showing up very well, but you can sort of get the gist of what I've done. The only thing is, there should be a rose in each corner, and I forgot to put those on. So I don't know yet whether I'm going to do that. I might do when I finish making the quilt. But yeah, that's my rose cushion. It's an 18-inch cushion pad, and I purchased this from Applique as well. So yeah. Right, let's pop that there. Let me show you the quilts. Let's get the book first and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is the quilt I want to make, and as you can see, it's got the matching rosebud flowers in the centre of the tan strip. So, excuse me, coughing a bit chesty today. I think it's the cold weather. So basically this is like a, what I call a rail, is it rail fence block, where you throw, so you stitch your three strips together and then you place them in different directions. So this quilt is on point. So I've managed to piece some of the blocks together. So that'll be the top, and it'll have a triangle sewn to the top. And then we're coming out here so you can see how it's forming. So I'm hoping to finish this tonight really. So on a Monday I usually make a mini project, and I decided to make the winter apron for my Angels Amongst Us. So this is my Angels Amongst Us. You can see the angel there, she's still wearing a Christmas apron. And this is a kit by Liberty Bell. You've heard me talk about Liberty Bell before. It's an online shop in the UK, and she had this kit. I think it's under Wool Camps, but if you put in on the search bar Angels Amongst Us, it should come up. So basically in the kit, the first one you get, it's a subscription, you get the angel to make up, and then after that you get seasonal aprons. You can also choose to order a further 2 aprons to celebrate Easter, Halloween, 3, and Christmas, which I did. So this is the winter apron. Now I did make a mistake. You see the house here, the grey with the white polka dots on. I did cut out the words winter, and I put them in a little tray. You know the Ferrero Rocher little boxes? I used that as a tray, you see, to keep my bits on, and I think my partner accidentally threw it away. I think. He's denying it, and it might be that he hasn't, or he might dare tell me. So I've used this other fabric. It's white cotton with silver dots on for the words, the letters, you know. So all I've got to do on this now is to embroider the snowman's face, his scarf and his hands, French knots on the trees. I've got to embroider another tree here and a couple of stars on. And this, the embroidery, you know, the stitching and the applique will be finished. And then all I need to do is actually stitch on the apron tie, and she'll have her winter apron. So hopefully next time at the end of February you will see her winter apron. My last project I want to share with you is a year at Hawksrun Hollow. This pattern is by Carriage House Samplings and was a stitch along initiated by Susie Stitcher. So I'm working currently on this block here, and last time I spoke to you I just cross stitched these little birds there. So this is worked on an 18 count vintage country mocker, because I know Susie's doing the same. Hers is on a country mocker as well. And let's lift up to the block I'm currently working on. There we are. You can see I've already started cross stitching the corn. Oh yeah. Quite pleased with the progress of this piece. It is quite a big piece. Oh yeah. It should be, as you know, that way up, or I accidentally stitched it this way, but I don't think it matters. Okay. So, those are all my makes and works in progress for January. And I'll show you a quick update of the planner. As you can see, there are a few days where I haven't managed to work on my projects. I just love planning, and yeah, I'm a list person. So yeah, just love marking off my projects. I can see the progress, love it. I have a little bit of haul. So 123 Stitch, which is a shop in the States. Susie Stitcher put me onto this shop. It's fantastic. You can order your patterns, your fabrics, hoops, whatever, and you only have the one charge for your shipping. Yeah, I've had no problems ordering from them at all. It's been brilliant. So I've ordered this. I've seen this doing the rounds on floss tube, and I definitely know the country stitchers stitch this, and I think Nicola Parkman has. It's by Reflex de Swan. It's the Gilles Leger 1898 sampler. And when I think it was on Country Stitchers I first saw this, and I was just drawn to this beautiful red house. I loved it, and the pears. I just think it's beautiful. So I shall be working this in the DMC, and I've just got to choose a fabric to stitch this on. But away off that at the moment, because I've still got my year at Hawksrun Hollow. And I've also ordered this. This took my eye, and it's by Maria de Compadre 1896, a reproduction sampler, and it's published by Leela's Studios. So this is this model here is stitched on a 40 count Newcastle linen. My eyes aren't good enough for that, so it'll probably turn out a little bit bigger on a 32. Again, we've got the DMC colours, which is good really, because, you know, the more inexpensive threads. And I was drawn to this because I just love the rose bushes around the border. And apparently it's called Rosa Coral Knockout, and it's a compact shrub rose which produces abundant clusters of bright coral double flowers. So yeah, I'm thinking airing more to getting this stitch before the other one, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I think that's it for today. You may notice I've got a quilt ladder behind me, and I thought I might in a couple of weeks' time just talk about some of the quilts I have made in the past. So yeah, look out for that one. And next week I'm hoping to upload my plans and share with you my planner for February. So until I see you next time, don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, give me a like and comment below. Until I see you next week, happy crafting!